A ray of light of intensity I is incident on a parallel glass slab at a point A as shown in the figure. It undergoes partial reflection and refraction. At each reflection, 25% of incident energy is reflected. The rays AB and A dash B dash undergo interference. Ratio of I maximum to I minimum is. So, looking at the diagram, see, this is one surface, this is another surface of the denser medium. A light of intensity I is incident at A, it undergoes reflection and it undergoes refraction also. Okay. So, at reflection 25% of I is reflected. So, that is I by 4 is the intensity of the reflected light. Then what is the intensity remaining here for the refracted light? If I by 4 goes, this should be 3I by 4. Correct? 75% is refracted. Now, it also part of it gets refracted here, and this is the point, this is A, then this light is B, then this gets reflected again. So, 3I by 4 into reflection is only 25%, so its intensity will become 3I by 16. Its intensity will become 3I by 16 because 25% is of the initial intensity is reflected. So, that is IR rather, correct? That is IR. Now, 3I by 16 is reflected. Again here, this is going from denser to rarer medium. So, there is a possibility of total internal reflection. So, this is 3I by 16 into 25%, that is 1 by 4 again. So, intensity here is 3I by 64. 3I by 64. So, now you have to calculate what is the intensity of the refracted ray A dash B dash. Okay. So, initial intensity of the incident ray is 3I by 16. Intensity of the reflected ray is 3I by 64. Then this should be the intensity of the ray A dash B dash. So, if you take the common denominator 64, this is 12I minus 3I is the intensity of the ray A dash B dash. So, that should be equal to 9I by 64. So, this is the intensity here, 9I by 64. Now, the ratio of the maximum to minimum intensity. So, Imax by I minimum will be, this will be root of intensity I1 by I2 plus 1 divided by I1 by I2 minus 1. This is a formula of maximum intensity to minimum intensity between the two waves which are interfering. So, I1 is I by 4 divided by I2 is 9I by 64 plus 1 divided by same thing I by 4 divided by 9I by 64 minus 1. So, here I and I cancels, I and I cancels. Finally, to arrive at this, it will be root of, in order to get this will be 64 by 36 plus 1 divided by 64 by 36 minus 1. So finally we tend to arrive at an answer 49 by 1. This will become 49 times more. So 49 times more, that is option D is the right answer.